Ok.
Ok, bom dia para todos e para todas. Estamos muito felizes de fazer esta conversa hoje com três grandes colegas de três países membros do BRICS, muito importantes nesse contexto hoje, com características muito específicas, mas compartilhando o que poderíamos chamar um mundo de incertezas e de intensificação de tensões econômicas e políticas, proteccionistas, conflitos, etc. Hoje, depois de quase 2 meses depois da cúpula dos BRICS, queremos fazer uma leitura e um balanço do que foi que aconteceu naquela cúpula e, sobretudo, de julho até agora, tem esse movimento, digamos, de conflitos, de riscos, de mudanças e de instabilidades políticas e econômicas, tem trazido novos desafios para aquelas decisões e para aquela reunião tão produtiva que tivemos em julho aqui no Rio de Janeiro dos países BRICS. Eu tenho convidamos três colegas que vão estar aqui conosco. Nossa primeira colega é a professora Poppy Vinanti, ela é professora da Indonésia, de Relações Internacionais na Universidade Gadjah Mada. Ela é vicedecana para assuntos acadêmicos e estudantis da Faculdade de Ciências Sociais e Políticas. Ela é doutora pela Universidade de Glasgow. Também ela é mestre pela LSE e pela KDI School of Public Policy. A professora Vinanti já tinha participado conosco, talvez foi em maio, em abril ou em maio, quando a gente começou a fazer umas discussões aqui mesmo com uma série de eventos sobre o BRICS Plus e quais eram as perspectivas desses novos países que estavam ingressando nos BRICS. Quero dar as bem-vindas e agradecer de novo por ela estar aqui conosco. Logo depois, também temos uma convidada muito especial, que é a professora da Rússia, que é a professora Olga Ergunova, que ela também é professora associada na Universidade Politécnica de São Petersburgo. Pedro Grande, é especialista russa de ciências e professora na Lowell Professional University na Índia. Ela vai se apresentar seguramente muito melhor, mas estamos muito contentes dela estar aqui conosco e apresentar qual é a perspectiva da Rússia frente aos BRICS e frente aos BRICS hoje neste contexto. E para terminar com nossos convidados, temos um grande parceiro do BRICS Policy Center, que é o professor Tian Jiaoji, que é professor no Instituto de Desenvolvimento da Universidade de Fudan, atua como diretor associado do Centro de Estudos BRICS, pesquisador do Centro de Governança Inovadora de Inteligência Artificial Global, e sua pesquisa se concentra bastante em tecnologia, emergência e segurança internacional. Como vocês veem, temos três grandes convidados para fazer uma leitura, não só dos BRICS, da cúpula, sino desse mundo em transição, como a gente poderíamos falar. Eu também vou trazer algumas considerações sobre o Brasil, um pouco para fazer este diálogo muito mais diverso, de alguma maneira. Este vai ser o primeiro de outros encontros também com os outros países que queríamos também que participem, outros países dos BRICS, fazendo também uma avaliação e um olhar desse contexto global e internacional hoje. Então, para começar, eu queria já dar de novo as bem-vindas e passar a palavra para a professora Poppy Vinanti. Nós temos uma dinâmica que cada um vai falar mais ou menos entre 10 e 15 minutos. Nós tínhamos preparado alguns pontos para a discussão, sobretudo os pontos sobre a cúpula, mas também um pouco o que pensar do futuro, o que pensar da próxima cúpula, o que pensar dos BRICS, quais são as perspectivas e quais são as expectativas para a próxima cúpula e, sobretudo, considerando neste momento de guerra tarifária e de incertezas, como eu acabo de falar, neste mundo e nas relações, sobretudo, com os Estados Unidos. Então, professora Vinati, com você a palavra, 15 minutos, de 10 a 15 minutos. Depois das intervenções, a gente vai abrir para comentários, perguntas e etc, etc. Queria lembrar que temos interpretação, como vocês, estou falando em português, um pouco para fazer muito mais diverso, mas temos interpretação em inglês-português, então tem o glovinho aqui no link, na tela do Zoom, e espero que todos e todas podamos ter uma conversa agradável nesta manhã. Então, Poppy, é com você.
Thank you, Maria, for a very nice introduction. Hello, everyone. Good morning for you and good evening for me. It is really a pleasure for me to be here again, Maria, and for the invitation from the BRICS Policy Center. It is an honor for me to also share my views on the very important topic with the colleagues from China and also from Russia. I'd like to start my intervention with at least like two main kind of points. The first point is regarding my overall kind of assessment regarding the summit that just happened a couple months ago. And then the second aspect that I would like to also emphasize is Indonesia's kind of position, interest with the member of the BRICS, because Indonesia is the recent, the newest member of the BRICS. So I'd like to start my intervention by assessing the last summit that just happened. The first thing is, we know that the last summit, the 17th BRICS summit, just held in Rio a couple months ago, and with focus on the global South cooperation and a more kind of inclusive and sustainable global governance. With this kind of theme, I believe that the summit has kind of reinforced the commitment of these BRICS to a multipolar kind of world order, and establish also for a roadmap for a future cooperation. We believe that the summit has managed to achieve what we call kind of the notable kind of outcomes. However, we also understand that the summit has been kind of avoiding a major kind of breakthrough. Why then my overall assessment is, yes, it is able to kind of achieve the notable outcomes. However, it's kind of careful movement from the BRICS itself. There are several reasons. The first one is with the membership of Indonesia, and also as the 11th full member, and also 10 other countries that included as the partner countries, it marks what we call as the expansion of the BRICS. This is really good in a way, because we can see that BRICS has been increasing its global influence. It has also strengthened cooperation, and it has the potential to expand the economic opportunities, while at the same time BRICS has shown to boost kind of the global South solidarity, also providing much more opportunities for the members. That's the positive aspects of being BRICS as part of the expansion of the BRICS. So we have seen how then the BRICS has also increasing its global kind of influence. The summit has also shown several kind of aspects, including how then the BRICS is trying to strengthen its position regarding the multipolar, some of the ideas regarding how to reform the existing global governance, especially under the Bretton Woods institutions. The summit has concluded with some sort of like ideas how to improve, how to reform the existing Bretton Woods systems from the WTO, the IMF, the World Bank, and also including the United Nations, especially its Security Council. So we can see that it managed to propose several kind of ideas regarding how to reform the existing Bretton Woods system. The second aspect, with its expansion, the summit can show to the global that the existing members have been expanding. It has created more opportunities, especially using the ideas of the Global South kind of solidarity. And then it can also provide several kind of instruments in order to boost and in order to assist developing countries to provide alternative financial development. The summit has been successful in showing all those aspects. I believe there are several aspects that we can also see from the summit, including the current initiative regarding how to respond, how to tackle the global challenges, including issues such as the climate change issues, sustainability issues, how then responding to the pressing issues regarding the energy transition, digital transformation, and everything. So the summit has been able to kind of laid out some of the problems and how these countries are being able to propose the ideas regarding mitigation and also responding to these issues. I believe those give kind of optimism for the BRICS. However, we also have to realize that there are some aspects that we need to be more careful when we want to assess the current situation with the BRICS, especially with the geopolitical tension. The summit also showed that with the expansion of the members, we also have to realize that it can create also several kind of aspects regarding the decision-making process, regarding how then the consensus as part of its decision-making process should be also considered. With the expansion of the members, more heterogeneity in terms of the members, we see that various members may have different kind of positions regarding much more politically sensitive issues. We see that how then some BRICS members have different kind of positions regarding the conflict, Russia-Ukraine, the conflict in Gaza. Some of the political sensitive issues are making this the members internally would also questioning the integration, the cohesion of the members. We also understand with this expansion, there should be some sort of like issues regarding how then this the cohesions of the BRICS put in the question. Increased heterogeneity and also geopolitical complexities, bringing the BRICS into this kind of situation. So the overall kind of assessment, in my opinion, kind of mix between optimism and also the pessimism. How about in the future? The future will depend on how each member can also how you call it, like how then each member should address the internal issues between the existing issues among the members, and also how should they respond to more politically sensitive issues. So that will be the most important aspect, how then we see the future of the BRICS. So I'd like to touch upon the second point of my intervention regarding Indonesia's membership and how then the current government of Indonesia is becoming member of the BRICS as the last member of the BRICS at this moment. Indonesia's membership in BRICS can give the country also both kind of opportunities and also challenges. The opportunities that the Indonesian government can gain from being the member of the BRICS can also be included that the Indonesian government is able to be part of this prestigious kind of club. I should say that. it shows how then the Indonesian government's position, especially its foreign policies positions in regard to upholding the South-South solidarity can be manifested through its membership in BRICS. That is a very important aspect. Indonesia is also having a very strong kind of interest in championing the interests of the developing countries. Indonesia is also having the aspire to advocate the reforms of the multilateral systems under the Bretton Woods systems. And Indonesia has a very strong kind of commitment to also propose and voicing the stronger voice from the global south in the global decision making. So being the member of these entities like BRICS provides Indonesia with all these kind of opportunities. Indonesia is probably also having this kind of interest in balancing the dynamics as part of not only the BRICS or the global South countries, as part of the G20, the Indonesian government, in my opinion, has this kind of aspire to also balancing the global power, the dynamics within the relations between developing and also developed countries. Indonesia, through the membership of the BRICS, would like to reiterate its non-aligned kind of solidarity, respecting some of the principles, including national sovereignty among the nations, and also proposing the idea regarding as the bridge between, again, the global south and also the global north, especially with the effort of the Indonesian government to also become the member of the OECD. In addition to that, the Indonesian government is also using its opportunity as part of the BRICS as also to serve its own kind of national interests, especially in regard to Indonesia's kind of objectives in dealing with the sustainability issues, dealing with the climate change, dealing with the issue with the energy transition. So being part of the BRICS may also provide Indonesia's opportunity to also achieve its own national kind of objectives. However, as we can see from my previous comment on the overall kind of assessment, being part of the BRICS may also pose Indonesia's challenge. Despite the fact that the Indonesian government is very optimistic regarding being part of the members of the BRICS would also enhance Indonesia's kind of economic opportunity. However, based on the data, we can see that this is not really kind of probably can be achieved. Why? Because based on the data, the existing members of the BRICS, India and China have already becoming the most important trading partners for Indonesia. So expanding the existing kind of Indonesia's trade relations only can be achieved if then Indonesia can also expand beyond China and also India, but with other BRICS members. However, again, based on some data, it shows that the trade complementary is still low compared to Indonesia's involvement in other kind of initiatives, where with the current geopolitical tension, then it's very complicated and it's difficult for Indonesia to expand the existing kind of trade relations beyond China and India. So having said that, being part of the BRICS obviously provide Indonesia with opportunities. However, then Indonesian government also has to face with some sort of like challenges, especially in regard to how then making its membership for the BRICS also could also serve the Indonesia's interest to be part of the global kind of global South kind of alliance. I guess I would stop my intervention there, Maria. I hope it's not too long, but I'm waiting for more comments and discussion. Thank you, Maria.
Obrigada, Pop. Obrigada, professora Vinante. É muito bom os seus comentários sobre a Indonésia e a participação nos BRICS e essas expectativas, sobretudo, do futuro. E eu queria agora, então, dar a palavra para nosso participante da China, o Tin Jiaojian, o Tin Jiao, 10 a 15 minutos e suas perspectivas e avaliações sobre a cúpula e as perspectivas de futuro.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me to join this great event. So this is also my first time, and I got guiding questions from our organizers. So I would like to follow these guiding questions so that I hope I can answer your questions, provide some perspectives from China, and also look forward to our discussions. First is about the overall assessment of the past summit. Well, I think this is a very important summit after the expansion of the BRICS. And I think it is also there are very fruitful outcomes. For example, I think it aims for promoting the reform of international organizations. It points out that the reform of the United Nations, also IMF, World Banks, and to increase the voice of developing countries and representatives. I think this is a very important a call from the expanded BRICS cooperation. And the second is, of course, the financial cooperation and the so-called, I think, well, there will be some debate about the so-called de-dollarization, but it is a very serious issue here. So also from this summit, we saw some outcome achievements from promoting like the BRICS payment system, and also at least I think reducing over-reliance on dollars, which is important for the financial stability among global South countries. And third is, of course, climate change, because Brazil will also host the COP30 in the coming months. And so also in the Brazil in this summit, Brazil also promoted its cooperation with global South countries dealing with the climate change issue, and reached a very, I think, pragmatic outcome of the climate change cooperation, and also public health, which is another very important topic and highlighted by our Brazil partners. And last but not least, I would like to highlight the cooperation on artificial intelligence, because it is also the first time BRICS countries, the expanded BRICS countries, reach a consensus, a joint declaration on the global AI governance. So which I think, despite it is a very general principles on global AI governance, but it is very meaningful because it's the first time that these countries have one voice on AI, which is a very important topic. And I also would like to answer the second question about the national participation, so about China's performance during the summit. I think I would like to remind you that, in fact, last week we had the online summit to respond to the tariff issues. So during the online summit, in fact, our President Xi, he proposed the three suggestions, so which I think is also a very important voice made by China, which demonstrating that China's support, and also China's I think its grand view, the future-oriented cooperation strategy among the BRICS countries. So President Xi said about insisting the multilateralism, insist open win-win cooperation, and also emphasize the united BRICS cooperation will be the best solution. to the current geopolitical and the geoeconomic game. And also, I think before the online summit of BRICS last week, there was the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit held in China. And at the SCO summit in China, President Xi proposed the so-called global initiative of global governance, the initiative of global governance, so which is another demonstration of China's view and also China's efforts in promoting the reform of global governance and supporting the role of global South countries. And of course, I think it is not just about these ideas, but also, pragmatic efforts. A lot of, I think, fruitful outcomes have been made during China's efforts in promoting BRICS cooperation. For example, the New Development Bank, the headquarters of New Development Bank is located in Shanghai. And I think this year also marks the 10th anniversary of the NDB. And when President Xi visited the headquarters of NDB, he said that we look forward to the next 10 years, the golden time of the next 10 years development of NDB. And I think the president of NDB, Rousseff, also responded with that NDB will emphasize fintech, financial technology, and also green finance, which will be a very important field of pragmatic cooperation. And last but not least is that on this year's summit, China proposed that China will establish some other new agencies and institutes to promote further cooperation, economic cooperation, also technology sharing cooperation with BRICS countries. For example, there will be the China BRICS New Quality Productivity Research Center. It was, I think, led by the Ministry of Science and Technology, and also provide more scholarships and also training programs for BRICS countries and promoting green technology and AI development. So I think these are the efforts by China. And the third is about the expansion of BRICS and the impact of new members. Well, I think, of course, I will not repeat. I think I echo with our colleague just mentioned that the expansion of BRICS obviously increase the representatives of global South countries and make their voice heard in the global world stage. And but I'm not very sure about the specific negotiation, because this year I didn't make a trip to Brazil, didn't attend the event in Brazil, so I'm not so sure. I also would like to hear other, our colleagues from other BRICS countries, if you happen to know about the negotiation process and also our new members, their attitudes or concerns on specific topics. I also would like to hear about that. In Chinese domestic discussions, we do have some discussions on the expansion of the BRICS members, which may bring more, costs of communications, and also maybe different preferences, different interests will bring more challenges to, internal communications. So I think this is a very important topic that worth further studying. And about the geopolitical context, I think obviously we are very clear that we will unite together and to respond to the geopolitical gaming and also tariffs, and also the reform of global governance. I think these are the topics that have been emphasized for the past several years. So I will not repeat these questions. I would like to just give my very personal explanation on the absence of President Xi on the Brazil summit. As far as I know, that President Xi didn't visit Brazil because, in fact, in 2024, so last year, President Xi already visited Brazil, I think for the G20 summit. And in fact, in the past year, President Xi and President Lula had several times face-to-face discussions. So maybe it is not necessary for him to arrange another state visit to Brazil in such a short time. So this is the only reason I learned from domestic discussion. And despite a lot of doubts about his absence, I don't think it will have any negative impact on China's participation in BRICS cooperation. And especially because, as I mentioned last week, President Xi participated in the online summit and proposed the 3 suggestions. So I think maybe in the future, with an expanded BRICS, there will be more and more online plus offline meeting. And I think this kind of, flexible ways will be more efficient to the expanded BRICS cooperation. And the last is about the developments and the outlook of the BRICS cooperation. We will have India as the host of our next year's summit. In fact, I really look forward to our Indian colleagues' comment on these questions, and I look forward to also joining dialogue event in India next year. My guess is that digital economy, artificial intelligence, climate change, critical infrastructure investment, these will still be the key issues of BRICS cooperation. But of course, I mean, the tone of the summit will depend on the India-US negotiation on tariffs in the coming months. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you.
Xian, ótimas essas políticas sobretudo, conhecer um pouco mais da Índia, a China, de fato, uma das críticas fundamentais durante a cúpula foi a ausência de Xi Jinping. Todo mundo, ou alguns falavam do esvaziamento da cúpula pela não presença, o que eu acho que é um pouco complicado colocar na figura específica o avanço das conversas e das discussões especificamente colocadas a partir de Xi Jinping, o que não mostrou no final, que eu acho que chegamos a uma discussão bastante interessante e bastante ampliada. Mas acho que esse é um ponto para conversar depois. Eu queria, então, passar a palavra aqui para a nossa terceira convidada, que é a professora Olga Ergunova, da Rússia. Então, muito bem-vinda, muito obrigada por aceitar nosso convite. E, professora Olga, entre 10 e 15 minutos.
Thank you very much. I try to share my screen, if it will be possible. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, dear friends, I thank the organizers for the opportunity to speak. I represent the Russian academic community and the BRICS Women Scientists Alliance Coordination Team. Today I will offer a brief but practical look at results of the last BRICS cycle. And maybe most importantly, how to translate political declarations into concrete technological projects. This cycle has confirmed that BRICS is no longer a discussion club, but an infrastructure for global South global impact projects. The Kazan Declaration of October set the framework: cooperation in science, technology, digital transformation, and sustainable development in horizontal priorities. In this year, in Rio, the focus shifted to institutionalizing expansion and the implementation agenda, how to synchronize market standards and talent without losing momentum. For the academy and edtech, this means demand for coordinated educational models, joint master degrees tracks, and maybe some criteria for evaluating precision development results. I would like to highlight the contribution of Russian academic centers and urban ecosystems. In last year, under Russia's presidency, in BRICS integration group, it was universities and technology parks that actively grounded the declaration through industry schools, city hackathons, and tested for AI services. This is the foundation upon which co-development in urban planning, logistics, and green energy can be scaled up with BRICS partners. That's why expansion has changed the geographically of competencies, and you can see Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates were officially admitted last year. Indonesia joined this year. This isn't just about politics. It also represents new industry clusters, from water security to renewable energy and port logistics. University cooperation gains access to various climate and social laboratories, meaning more valid data and scalable solutions. At the same time, the partner countries format has emerged, like Nigeria, Vietnam, are expanding the reach of our educational and research programs and simplifying access to competitive tracks without lengthy intergovernmental procedures. You also know about the USA tariff escalation, including higher duties on target Chinese goods and subsequent reciprocal tariff initiatives cannot be ignored. The Rio Declaration reflected concerns about rising tariffs and challenges to supply chains. For us, this argues for localizing research and development and diversifying educational programs from sustainable supply chains to regulatory analytics. And you know that the leaders of China and Russia didn't attend in person at Rio. Premier Li Qiang represented China while the Russian president participated remotely. This didn't negate the results, but it maybe emphasized the role of institutions over the role of individuals. This is even beneficial for the academic track. The more stable the mechanisms like joint funds, competition platforms, network departments, the less dependence of the political calendar, because it's very, very important, especially for Russia within the sanctions. Here's the important clarification regarding dates. After Rio, the presidency will pass to India next year. Now India will host the next Leaders Summit after the Brazilian cycle. For us, this is a window of opportunity. India is a powerful market for edtech, AI, also GovTech, and health AI. Therefore, university consortia of AI-based urban management, digital healthcare, and green industries will receive natural support at the level of national priorities. And all this is happening against the backdrop of ongoing tariff disagreements which is simulating intra-BRIC standards and joint testing grounds. My main thesis is simple. The best response to geoeconomic turbulence is joint university projects with measurable impact on cities. I propose a short bridge from summit outcomes to campus action. That's why maybe the program, how we can use women in STEM leadership to develop the mutual cooperation with the BRICS countries. And also, I want to add about the initiative of 4 countries within BRICS integration group: Brazil, Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, Tsinghua University in China, St. Petersburg Polytechnic University in Russia, and Lovely Professional University. It's about the competition. The final will be during the Global Forum in India, in Lovely Professional University, one of the biggest private universities in India. That's why I declare your scientists, young scientists, students participate there. And also, I want to add that we can use the potential of young scientists to collaborate each other, because it will be like our future generation of BRICS countries. And maybe in the end, the promise of BRICS doesn't rest only on declarations, markets, or metrics. It rests on trust and the shared faith in science, in our young scientists, and in each other. If we carry that spirit into today's discussion, our reflections will become joint laboratories, common standards, and real solutions for our cities. I hope that they'll be like smart cities. I'm grateful to learn from colleagues across Indonesia, China, Iran, and India, and I look forward to turning these dialogues into action before the next summit to India. But also, I want to add a little bit about participation in India. In Indonesia, because you know that Indonesia brings significant economic weight as the world's 4th most populous country. Now with more than $150 billion in euro trade with BRICS nations. As the first Southwest Asian member, it expands BRICS geographic reach and strengthens its position as a global South coalition. However, intra-BRICS trade remains China-centered and hasn't grown proportionally with the bloc's political importance. Indonesia's simultaneous pursuit of OECD membership and commitment to free and active foreign policy may limit deeper integration. That's why, dear colleagues, maybe in conclusion, I want to add that the agreement of Indonesia's inclusion in under 3 months reflects strong consensus on its strategic value. For existing members, this means enhanced collective economic leverage against maybe some institutions, but also requires managing more diverse national interests within the expanded 11th member bloc. That's why I hope that the BRICS now are like the integration group of nearly half the world's population and near 40% of global GDP, significantly strengthening its position as an alternative to G7 maybe. If you have some questions, I'm ready to answer them, dear colleagues.
Muito obrigada, professora Olga. Com certeza a gente vai entrar num diálogo muito mais aprofundado daqui a pouco. Eu queria colocar algumas 2 ou 3 coisas sobre a avaliação nossa, muito própria do BRICS Policy Center sobre a cúpula. Participamos intensamente em diversos espaços, tanto no espaço acadêmico, no espaço da sociedade civil, e um acompanhamento bastante grande durante todo o primeiro semestre. E alguns apontamentos sobre o Brasil, especialmente, que creio que é o que mais nos ajuda um pouco nesta conversa e nesta discussão. Talvez um ponto que aí eu acho que todos concordamos, de alguma maneira, é que a cúpula trouxe de novo e reafirmou as prioridades de longa data do grupo dos BRICS. E acho que isso foi importante, porque tínhamos novos membros, era a primeira reunião com esses novos membros, e essa reafirmação dessas prioridades, penso que foi bastante importante, ou seja, reforma das instituições multilaterais, obviamente, soberania, reforma da ONU, e essa, que talvez a gente poderíamos chamar de uma multipolaridade com multilateralismo, ou seja, uma demanda por uma distribuição mais plural do poder, acompanhada de respeito ao direito internacional e às instituições de governança global. Acho que isso foi importante, porque o que é mais interessante é que, ironicamente, nesse momento, os BRICS se colocaram defensores de uma ordem internacional liberal. Alguns falam que é uma agenda bastante reformista e que talvez voltamos a uma agenda do começo dos BRICS, que era pensar mais nas reformas, sobretudo tornar o sistema mais legítimo, mais resiliente neste mundo menos, talvez pensar um mundo menos centrado nos Estados Unidos. E aí, o que me parece interessante que também se mostrou os BRICS como uma plataforma de coordenação flexível. Cada país escolhe iniciativas, se compromete muito mais em algumas, adopta algumas, mas mantém laços com o Ocidente, obviamente. Então, nós estamos em uma diplomacia flexível, de alguma maneira. Então, esse primeiro ponto me parece importante, essa reafirmação desse multilateralismo, da soberania e das reformas. E isso, vocês veem como isso é importante, porque, de alguma maneira, e o que me parece, é que isso trouxe, e talvez também, essa presença, digamos, do retorno de Trump e essa política externa tão confrontativa dos Estados Unidos, ela tem ajudado, de alguma maneira, a essa reafirmação desses princípios. E, sobretudo, tem trazido de que o espaço dos BRICS é um espaço, mesmo moderado e cauteloso, mas tem trazido como um espaço importante, talvez de ação coletiva. Vemos agora ter uma reunião muito importante, agora por telefone, dos membros dos BRICS, agora em setembro, um pouco pensando a situação atual e o momento que está vivendo o mundo frente a essas incertezas. Então, isso foi importante. Nós ficamos bem surpreendidos, digamos, por uma agenda que era uma agenda muito, essa dos princípios, mas uma agenda que se concretizava também em temas muito específicos. Então, na área da saúde global, que era um tema muito importante para o Brasil, e, sobretudo, trabalhar especificamente na parceria dos BRICS sobre temas de saúde pública, eliminação de doenças socialmente determinadas, etc., etc. Isso foi importante também, e aí com um plano e estratégias muito concretas também, a discussão sobre mudanças climáticas, sobre financiamento climático. Acho que isso é um avanço, uma agenda muito do Brasil, pensando na COP30, mas é um avanço que os países também comecem a pensar de uma maneira mais coletiva, sobre mudanças climáticas, desenvolvimento sustentável, etc., etc. E, obviamente, também com inteligência artificial, sobretudo pensando bastante na governança da inteligência artificial, que é um tema muito caro para muitos países, especialmente também para o Brasil. Talvez um ponto interessante que me parece que talvez é um aspecto bem concreto é o sistema de pagamentos do sistema BRICS. Se vocês olham hoje os jornais, a notícia é que o BRICS Pay ele vai ser lançado ainda em setembro, um pouco com essa ideia de que os países BRICS reduzam a dependência do dólar e que tem um sistema de pagamentos próprio dos BRICS. Mas vamos ver. Mas se isso acontece, penso que é já um elemento bem claro e uma proposta bem prática e bem concreta sobre, a partir, obviamente, de Kazan, mas que teve muita continuidade aqui também no Rio de Janeiro. Então, alguns falam que, obviamente, teve uma proposta, era cautelosa, sobretudo que a gente chegou à cúpula em meio de ameaças e em meio de uma turbulência que estava mais ou menos armando, que não sabíamos quais eram os desfechos, que ainda não sabemos, mas eu acho que foi um momento importante. Talvez eu sou mais otimista e penso que o momento processual, os países estão conhecendo os novos países e estão tentando chegar a agendas conjuntas, alguns temas específicos conjuntas, não sempre não muito fácil. Nós sabemos que não foi muito fácil a discussão sobre a reforma do Conselho de Segurança, que é importante para todos, mas quando você começa a nomear quais seriam os possíveis países que deveriam integrar, isso não fica muito claro e não é um acordo muito fácil entre os países, mas isso é uma agenda muito mais processual. Eu queria trazer aqui duas coisas sobre o Brasil, que penso que é importante. Uma é o contexto interno também do Brasil, o contexto em que foi a cúpula, no meio de dois grandes eventos globais. O Brasil ficou muito aprisionado, digamos, o papel na cúpula ficou muito aprisionado entre dos grandes eventos, então é uma agenda internacional muito grande. Talvez a cúpula não deveria ter sido nesse momento, ficou muito pouco tempo de preparação, talvez, fez o melhor, mas ela ficou muito exprimida, e, sobretudo, também em processos internos, às vezes de instabilidade, de críticas que não têm sido muito fáceis para o Brasil, e, sobretudo, em um contexto internacional que já estava aparecendo uma ameaça muito concreta, e uma ameaça muito concreta para o Brasil, e uma ameaça muito concreta também para os países dos BRICS, sobretudo, de maneira muito clara, que a gente viu depois com as tarifas. Mas penso que, para o Brasil, por exemplo, pessoalmente, eu acho que suas agendas elas foram muito bem sucedidas no que pensava, cautelosas, obviamente, alguns compromissos mais robustos que outros, mas talvez o que nos mostra é que, neste mundo em transformação, o fortalecimento dos BRICS como espaço de articulação entre países emergentes ganha relevância nesse cenário de tensões geopolíticas. Então, eu acho que esse espaço deu possibilidade, obviamente, de consolidar um espaço comum e coletivo e um espaço de cooperação, que talvez é o que mais precisamos neste momento. Ou seja, iniciativas de cooperação, iniciativas de desenvolvimento, iniciativas conjuntas de superar as crises que estamos vivendo neste momento. Então, penso que as expectativas para a Índia são bastante grandes, não? Qual será a agenda que a Índia vai propor, e neste momento e nestas circunstâncias. Então, penso que vai ser um elemento importantíssimo de expectativas para o futuro, sobretudo em um mundo que está bem maleável, digamos, e que as relações elas vão mudando bastante a partir das ameaças ou das tarifas, etc. E, sobretudo, me parece interessante, neste momento, a posicionamento da Índia, ou a aproximação com a China, a aproximação com os BRICS, um pouco o afastamento, não afastamento, mas uma relação não já tão, um alinhamento tão definitivo com os Estados Unidos. Então, vai ser um momento, talvez, bastante interessante de maior coesão e de maior cooperação com os países. Então, me parece que estamos em um momento bastante interessante e de muita expectativa sobre o futuro. Talvez, bom, eu terminaria por aqui e talvez a gente abre alguns comentários, algumas perguntas de nossos colegas que estão participando. Eu pediria para todo mundo que tivesse alguma pergunta, fazê-las aqui no Q&A ou passá-las aqui rapidamente pelo chat. Então, talvez se alguém tiver alguma pergunta ou alguma questão, me parece importante fazer agora, temos ainda uns 20 minutos para conversar. Também, se nós temos algumas conversas entre nós, eu acho que poderia ser interessante nesse processo. Não sei, além de, penso que talvez poderíamos pensar de que há um tema que talvez me pareça interessante que vocês trazeram também é da institucionalização. Acho que, ao menos no Brasil, tínhamos uma expectativa muito grande sobre a institucionalização, e que era uma pauta que o Brasil tinha trazido de maneira muito clara. Então, como era a entrada, como os membros tomam decisões, qual é a possibilidade de fazer parte dos BRICS, como não, a governança, etc., etc., que às vezes de fora parece meio complicada ou muito solta. E essa era uma expectativa de alguma maneira. Também tínhamos uma expectativa, bom, estamos ainda em setembro, mas que o BRICS, que supostamente a presidência do Brasil vai até dezembro, ainda acontecesse nesse segundo semestre algumas atividades, algumas agendas que até agora não têm acontecido. Eu imagino que o Brasil está muito, digamos que muito ocupado em discutir sua política e como responder a umas tarifas de 50% no comércio, que são bastante graves, e com muitas ameaças constantes e contínuas nesse processo. Então, eu acho que as agendas ficaram um pouco difíceis, e, sobretudo, com a preparação da COP30, que já daqui a 2 meses, rapidamente, está toda a agenda voltada para isso. Mas não sei como vocês veem isso, o processo da institucionalização, processo de tomar decisões, ou etc., etc. Não sei o que vocês pensam. Não sei se alguém de vocês quer fazer um comentário.
I can start, Maria. Okay, thank you also for Jiang and also Olga, Maria, for, I think, very interesting kind of observation. There are several aspects that we, as the academics, I suppose, can contribute to the debate and also the discussion. For the newest member, like Indonesia, I think it is very important to see how then BRICS can also establish the cohesiveness internally, because it cannot be avoided, even though the process of probably, as Maria mentioned, as the institutionalizations of the process of decision-making process, negotiations, and things like that can be managed. However, there are some sort of like what we call as, again, the politically sensitive issues that may make internal cohesiveness can be problematic. then for me at least, acknowledging that we have the issues, we have some political kind of differences regarding some global issues, is better, so we can find a solution how to respond to those kind of divergent kind of issues rather than not acknowledging it and probably ignoring it. So that's why I think it's very important for the BRICS member to see if then we have some sort of like politically sensitive issues, what should we do with that kind of issues? Whether we want to focus more on the economic cooperation, whether we want to focus more on the what we call as the low politics kind of issues to make the cooperation is more meaningful, and rather than busy and trying to solve the politically sensitive issues, but then it makes the cohesiveness of the members will be problematic. So I don't know, I think I should appreciate the Brazilian government in navigating the conditions with the geopolitical kind of tension, but then trying to kind of mitigate and then navigate the situation with focusing more on the economic operations, strengthening the solidarity among South-South, even though at some point the politically sensitive issue cannot be ignored. But then I believe that there are some sort of like aspects that academics can also contribute to this kind of discussion, as Olga mentioned earlier. We also understand that the most important aspect is how to make the declaration into more concrete action, and how to ensure that all the principles that have been agreed among the members can be also echoed and then also translated into the global governance kind of decision-making process into the Bretton Woods institutions. So those are the most important aspects. Then how then the principles that have been agreed among the members can also be translated into the broader aspects of the global governance beyond the BRICS. Even though we also have to acknowledge that there are some politically sensitive issues that probably should also be addressed. That's my quick response to Maria's questions on the previous comments also from Jiang and also from Olga. Thank you, Maria. I over it to you again.
Obrigada, Pop. Não sei se a Olga ou Yan Tian, você quer fazer algum comentário sobre os comentários?
Okay, dear colleagues, unfortunately, I'm like in moment in two dimensions. Yeah, that's why I want to add that we should collaborate each other, and the great idea of Maria about implementation of, at first, of course, creation the platform where the representatives of universities within the BRICS countries can collaborate each other, support there, and maybe concentrate in mutual investigations, research. That's why my idea is how we can do it, because I have the group of outstanding scientists in AI. That's why we can be, maybe we can create this platform supporting with different languages like Portugal, English, Chinese, Russian, for example, to collaborate each other. And also we can find the financial support, for example, to implement this platform. Maybe it will be one first step for the developing and expanding our initiatives in this sphere. It's my offer, dear colleagues. That's why maybe we can describe it, or I can add also something.
Ian, algum comentário?
Maria, I would like to add some comments on the institutionalization of BRICS cooperation, which I think is a quite important topic. Previously, during my presentation, I also mentioned that, in fact, Chinese domestic discussion on this topic. Well, I will not say. In fact, it's an academic debate. In fact, since 2024, so the very beginning of this round expansion of BRICS, there are different voices. Some Chinese scholars, they have concerns about the expansion. They worry that it may lead to low efficiency. And well, of course, some others will say that we will find solutions to achieve the balance between expansion and also efficient cooperation. My suggestion is that I think, I mean, especially from academic perspective, we need to find more, I think flagship projects or maybe more cases that demonstrating pragmatic cooperation of BRICS countries. So BRICS countries is more than like words, rhetorics, but also very pragmatic cooperation outcomes. I think New Development Bank provides a lot of successful projects and cases that we can have a lot of academic research and also summary of it to demonstrate that how we can balance consensus, but at the same time we can have efficient cooperation. But we need more than NDB. It can be science and technology cooperation. It can be climate change. It can be some other very important global governance fields. But we need more. I think these 2 years we explored a lot of new fields, very important fields. But now I think I suggest maybe we have some early harvest if we can have some cooperation outcomes, then let's have some. And we make these cooperation projects the leading project, so which will also encourage new members and make them learn how to deal with other BRICS members, how to get themselves adapt to the BRICS way of cooperation. I think we need more actions. And also this year, I think during at the summit, Brazil also said that we need some database or build some database to review the past cooperation, which I think is also a very good way to help us to improve the institutionalization of BRICS cooperation. I will just add these comments here. Yes.
Obrigada, Gentão. Eu vou fazer uns últimos comentários e talvez a gente possa ir fechando e agradecendo já a todos pela participação. Eu acho que o BRICS sempre foi um grupo heterogêneo e eu acho que essa é a riqueza também do agrupamento. Ou seja, sempre teve tensões entre alguns membros, mas isso nunca impediu de ter as reuniões, de ter as cúpulas, de ter os grupos de trabalho durante os últimos anos. Então, mesmo quando tem mudança de governo e que talvez não esteja muito mais próximo de pensar em que os BRICS são importantes, não impediram de alguma maneira em continuarem nesse processo de acompanhar os BRICS. Então, não vejo a heterogeneidade como um impedimento especificamente. Eu acho que é importante como eu falava antes, eu acho que tem agendas que os países se comprometem e, sobretudo, que o compromisso em uma agenda de cooperação econômica, de desenvolvimento, de crescimento, etc., etc., é uma agenda de todos. Aí todos concordamos. Então, penso que talvez o sucesso e o futuro também vai depender de gerenciar essas tensões internas pragmaticamente. E aí eu concordo com vocês, sobretudo que aí um processo de tomar decisões, um processo mais interno institucionalização nos ajude bastante. Mas, e talvez focar naqueles objetivos compartilhados e alavancar a crescente presença global do grupo para influenciar nos assuntos internacionais que interessam. Então, penso que isso é importante. E tem um elemento que talvez eu acho que quando o grupo se coloca muito claramente de que favorece a multipolaridade, o multilateralismo, isso traz conceitos muito claros como no alinhamento, autonomia diplomática, a diplomacia bilateral, multibloco, etc., etc., que ajudam nesse processo e que, com certeza, estão em todos os membros do BRICS. Então, penso que essa tensão ou essa heterogeneidade às vezes pode ser um impedimento para questões muito específicas, mas não é um fator paralisante. Penso nas grandes agendas dos BRICS, e eu acho que este momento é para isso, para colocar essa agenda unificada, global, de defesa da governança do multilateralismo e da multipolaridade. Então, eu concordo um pouco com vocês também de que isso é um processo que a gente vai conseguindo chegar a um arcabouço institucional muito mais, digamos, muito mais também flexível e pragmático dentro dos grupos. Então, eu acho que esse é um processo para frente. Mas, como já falávamos, temos muitos desafios pela frente, mas temos muitas oportunidades. Então, incentivar a cooperação, incentivar o desenvolvimento, incentivar as relações bilaterais ou trilaterais ou do bloco total, penso que esse é talvez o desafio maior que temos para o futuro. Sobretudo, aumentar o que nós temos chamado sempre de cooperação sul-sul, de trazer esse sul-sul, desse sul global com uma presença muito mais forte e pensando em interesses comuns, em trocas, e não só nos interesses a curto prazo, sino interesses mais a longo prazo. Penso que é assim, um pouco retomando o que nós construímos aqui entre todos. Não sei se alguém queria fazer algum outro comentário. Eu queria convidar a nossos 3 maravilhosos convidados para continuar este diálogo, com certeza. Nós vamos fazer um próximo webinar com os outros membros, mas depois queríamos fazer algo muito mais coletivo de todos os membros dos BRICS para ir pensando também nesse futuro e nessa nossa cooperação também como setor acadêmico, como setor de pesquisa e como membros também dos BRICS. Então, queria agradecer a todos e a todas, a Olga, a Poppy, a Yantian, Jiao, por estar aqui conosco, por aceitar o convite do BRICS Policy Center e, como sempre, estamos abertos para colaborações e para mais processos para frente. E queria agradecer a nossos tradutores, queria agradecer a toda a equipe do BPC que está sempre presente conosco nestes processos e as pessoas que nos estão escutando, que estão participando, que estão nos assistindo pelo YouTube. Muito obrigado e boa tarde, bom dia e boa noite para todos.